Shalom, shalom, giving all honor and praise to the Most High and the Son Yahweh Shai. Thank you, Lord, for letting us have another Sabbath Eve to get edified in His name. The name of the class is called "Ye Are the Salt of the Earth, of the World." The world. And that's what the Most High called them, in the salt. A lot of us, we don't understand what that's going into. We don't understand what the Most High God ordained us to be. And sometimes we get in this truth, we get a little bit complacent. And I know last week y'all seen the junior ops in that rocket. But guess what? Papa Bear is back in town. We're gonna get right to it. Let's go to Romans chapter 15, verse 3, man. Verse 1. Catch y'all for y'all write it down. Shot at Benaniyah.
Right? This is the book of Romans, chapter 15 and 1. We then that are strong ought to bear the infirmities of the weak.
Because this is our mindset supposed to be in this truth. A lot of times we're thinking about how we're supposed to be like all about it because my brother about it. But what about when it's turn for them? They got these infirmities that they're going through. And they got situations. Everybody know the rule. If you're not part of the solution, what are you? You're part of the problem, man. Guess what, man? The Most High don't play double sides. He don't play opposite sides. He said, choose hot or choose cold. You choose the middle, you still don't chose cold. So you can get hit 2 times over 1 time. That's why you think about when you think about the curses. All these blessings shall come upon you and overtake you. Guess what? Deuteronomy 28, 1 through 14. Guess what? Those are blessings. But Deuteronomy 28, 15 through 68, those are curses. That's double. Triple. The curses that the Most High said He will put upon us, man. For us not listening. Prime example on how we get built up in His spirit and built up in His walk. Like, a lot of times when people see people, just think about how leadership roles, a lot of times brothers be built up to move up. But then when the time, sometimes brothers be built up to move up, they don't move up. Why? Because guess what? Sometimes it ain't good time. But then sometimes you see brothers be moved up, you're like, man, every day you moved up. Like, seasons come around, that's what happens. Different things, when Most High make a decision, the decision is made, man. We did, but we look at the affirmities of how brothers and sisters move in this walk. We look at how their household is. We look at how diligent they are in this truth. Then we also look at just what they spirit. But a lot of times people worried about both ways. They need to be worried about your ways. That's what people have a problem with, man. For real. They're not worried about themselves. But the Bible clearly tells us to work out our own self-salvation, man. And they forget the last part with fear and trembling. Because if they was fear and trembling the Most High, they wouldn't have to worry about Boaz because it'd be too much fear. Anybody that's in fear, you ain't gonna be talking about what he did. You try to straighten it out what else was going on with you. If you in fear. Mama got that belt on you. Well, what I told you. You trying to explain about your part. And you want to explain this.
That's right.
That's how that works, man. Right? Read on up.
And not to please yourselves.
And not to please ourselves. Now, pleasing ourselves is going in what you think is going to be.
Doing what we want to do.
So basically,
serving the flesh.
So it's basically carnal.
Mm-hmm.
Being carnal minded. And a lot of us, we get, it's easy, man. Because we get in this walk, and guess what happens? We get in this walk, and then here we go. You're like, dang, we can do that. Damn, we can drink. Damn, we can actually have a good terms in the feast day. You can go say they party like this. Is this real? They weren't doing this in Christianity. Is this real? I thought I had to be holier than now. Is this real? Guess what? Most I don't. Yeah, he love your feast. He love how we roll. He can give a damn about the damn feast day. He love how he roll. He love how we congregate. He can give a damn about it. I'm just to be honest, because I can give a damn about any one of us. You think he needs you to make this world work? You think the sun needs you to come up in the morning? After you done died off, that sun still coming. After you done died off, that moon still gonna come out. After you died off, it's gonna be still. Everybody that's living on this side of the planet, guess what's gonna happen? They still gonna be able to breathe. You don't stop nobody from breathing. Guess what, man? Your heart might be hurt because of the situation or something that you be in, but you can't stop nobody from breathing. That thing still gonna chill, man.
Read. Verse 2. Let every one of us please his neighbor for his good to edification.
Because this is how brothers and sisters should always think, man. The men in the congregation to be stand-up men. Women in the congregation to be stand-up women. And if things go out of order, guess what? Everybody that's around should be helped correcting those things. We building a nation, man. We ain't building a me returning sister. Let's go on ahead and do this damn thing on it. A brother, let's go on ahead and go in there and whoop one of these niggas. We don't roll like that, man. We don't do it. Most High God don't play the game with us. We can't play the game with nobody else, man.
Read. For even Christ pleased not himself.
Read that again,
Even Christ pleased not himself.
And how in the hell you think we can be above Christ? Nobody, when Christ hit the scene, nobody's not gonna walk by Christ and be like, "Oh, what's up, bro?" and keep walking by Christ. Your ass is dead. You going into a pillar of salt for real. You're not gonna walk by the King and not acknowledge him, man. Every knee gonna bow and every tongue gonna confess, man. That's all nations. All nations gonna be under submission. Israel gonna be top nation of the planet, but all nations, even Israel, gonna be under submission. And this is how it's gonna go.
Read. For even Christ pleased not himself, but as it is written, the reproaches of them that reproach thee fell on me.
It fell on me to my fell on Christ. This is going back. I know some people probably got that written in their Bible. That's in Psalm 69:9. Because this is how this thing goes. Because those things, all the reproaches, everything fell on Christ. So how the hell you think you're gonna walk by the King? All the sacrifices that you had to do to atone for your sin, all these things fell on Christ. Then he turned around here. Christ did so much to the point when he left that he gave us grace. That if you see a homosexual, the homosexual will die right here on the spot. That's why there's so many people that walk around, they just homosexuals here. People could commit adultery. People commit fornication. All these things, all these sins that was worthy for death. 1, 2, 3 witnesses, your ass was dead. That's how judgment reigns. 2 or more witnesses, you did what? Y'all was in there kissing what? 2 men? What they had. Because guess what we had to do? Put away evil for the camp, man. Why do we have to put away evil for the camp? You better ask Joshua when the Most High put him over charge of Israel. He had to kill a whole family off, man. Because dude went in there took the spoils of the city. Most High ain't no game, man. He ain't a joke. He ain't no game. Let's go to Romans chapter 9. Let's start at verse 14, man.
Book of Romans, chapter 9, verse 15.
Verse 14.
Verse 14. What should we say then? Is there unrighteousness with Yah?
He said, what should we say then? Is there any unrighteousness with the Most High God, man? Read.
Yah forbid.
He said the Most High forbid, man. Read.
For he said to Moses, I will have mercy on whom I will have mercy, and I will have compassion on whom I will have compassion.
Man, this is how the Most High talk, man. Because guess what? The Most High is justified in it, man. The Most High is justified in saying these things, man. Why? The Most High is justified in this? Let's go to it. Let's go to Jeremiah chapter 18. Let's go to Jeremiah chapter 18 in verse 12. This is we're gonna go through a few examples on why the Most High is justified. Jeremiah chapter 18. Come on, cell phone on side. Here we go. Get there. Jeremiah chapter 18. You ready now? Yes, sir. Chapter 18.
This is the book of Jeremiah, chapter 18, and verse 12.
Mm-hmm.
And they said, there is no hope, but we will walk after our own devices.
Now, this is during the time of the prophet Jeremiah. Children of Israel, Judah, and Israel both said that they're going to walk after. They said that there is no hope. And this is how our people walk around right now. They think it's no hope, man. They looking at, they really don't think that Christ is coming back at all. They say there's no hope. Because they looking at the conditions of the hood. They see how the world doing us. They killing us in the streets. They doing what the hell they want to do to us, man. They say there's no hope. That's the same people. Then it's the same people now, man. Read.
And we will everyone do the imaginations of his evil heart.
And that's how we walk, man. Because a lot of times when brothers and sisters come up in this truth, they come up in learning in the Most High God's name. Guess what happens? When they start learning, the fear of the Most High is probably there for a lot of people when they first get here. But after that, guess what happens? The fear goes away from a lot of people. A lot of people stop fearing the Most High, and they stop giving a damn about what the Most High be and how you think. But the Most High got judgment for those things, for the people that forgot about those things. There ain't no game that the Most High plays because our people think that since they ain't got no hope in America, see, guess what? I'm going to do what the hell I want to do, man, until I die. Mm-hmm. Let's go to Romans 9, let's go to Romans 1 and 21. A lot of people think there is no hope, man. Then they come up with, then they say there's no hope, then all of a sudden, then they come up with their own philosophy. And they walking blindly, man. Read it out.
This is the book of Romans, chapter 1, verse 21. Mm-hmm. Because that when they knew God.
So, but guess what? At the time when we did know our God, man, read.
They glorified him not as Yah.
They glorified him not as the Most High God. And that's people even walking in this walk right now. People, they learn the truth. They know the truth. Then they start learning who God is. Then they stop giving him the glory. By leaning on their own understanding, by doing the things that they want to do in this walk. And it's just not going to work, man. For none of us. Not just the people that Paul dealing with it wrong, but it's none of us, man. Read.
Neither were they thankful, but because vain in their imaginations.
Because vain in their own imaginations, man. Read.
And their foolish hearts was darkened.
And their foolish hearts were darkened, man. This is what happened to our people, man. When we don't listen to our God, man. Because according to Wisdom of Solomon chapter 13, that breaks down their foolish heart and how dark this thing get. Our people go so, I'm talking about, that's the reason why you see, that's why you see King Solomon, wisest man on the planet, man. I guess what all majority he said in his whole teaching, vanity, fixation of spirit, man. Why vanity, fixation of spirit? Because everybody does vain things in their own minds and their own hearts, man. Go to Ecclesiastes 1 and 1 right quick. Yeah, I read it. It's actually moving.
It's always.
Mm-hmm. 1 and 1.
It's the book of Ecclesiastes. 1 verse 1. The word of the preacher, the son of David,
Read.
king of Jerusalem, in Jerusalem.
They call Solomon the preacher, man. Son of David, man. Read.
Vanity and of vanities, said the preacher.
Said who?
The preacher.
Said King Solomon, man. Read.
Vanity of vanities. All is vanity.
This is all vanity, man. How people think, how people move, the labor of their own hand. Guess what? The mischief of their hand, the things that people like to do in their own spare time is not according to the Most High. It's vanity of vanities, man. Read.
What profit hath a man of all his labor, which he taketh under the sun?
So what profit of man that he did while he was living? This is going into taking another son. Read. Read on.
One generation passeth away, and another generation cometh.
He said this is how King Solomon just breaking down how vain things keep going around. It's just like an ongoing cycle. One generation passes, the next one comes, and the next vain generation comes. The next vain generation comes. It's coming over and over again, man. Read.
But the earth abideth forever.
Because guess what? People got that saying messed up, man. This world is crooked, man. The world ain't crooked. The world ain't nothing wrong with the world. It's wrong. It's the people that's in the world, man. It's nothing wrong with the world. The sun comes up like it's supposed to. The grass turn green in their seasons. Guess what? The frost beat, the morning dew gets on the grass every morning. The world is perfect. The people in the world is the problem. So we all get this thing confused, keep saying about this world. No, it's the people that's in this world. That's the problem. Read.
The sun also ariseth, and the sun goeth down, and hasteth to his place.
Because guess what? The sun is in perfect order, man. Jump down to verse 10, man.
Verse 10. Is there anything whereof it may be said, see, this is new?
Because guess what? People acting like this thing, everything that we see like this some brand new thing happened. Ain't nothing new. And the scripture finna tell you, man. Read.
It had been already of old times, which was before us.
Because it was already happened before us. All these things already happened before us. Guess what, man? People talk about the scribes and Pharisees. We are the children of the scribes and Pharisees. People talk about Brother Paul. Guess what, man? Some of us come out the bloodline of Paul. Some of us might be Paul. We don't know who we are in this generation. But guess what? There is nothing new. The same actions they did, the same thing that they did in the Bible, the same actions and stuff that we do. Just like when you see Brother Paul and Barnabas, they get into it. Why they get into it? Because Mark wasn't trying to do the work. And Paul said, no, we're not taking Mark with us. So Barnabas said, yes, we is. So they got sore tensions in between each other, so they split. I think people can't get into it about anything in this is the world that we live in. But guess what? No matter how people take it, it takes all kind of people to make this world up. You got murderers, thieves, crooks, whoremongers, you got killers, you got all these people, but guess what? All these people make this world up. All these people make this world up that we live in, man. It's like I say, it ain't the world people, man. People that's in the world that have their own thing, man. Make a grown ass man lay with a little child, grown man. Come on, man. How could your mind think of some shit like that? How can somebody just wake up one morning and go in there and shoot up a whole damn grocery store? What in your right damn mind make you want to do some shit like that, man? Let's think about how this world rolls. We got to be real with things. If you in this truth and not want the truth, get your ass out the truth. Make some room for the people that want to really know the truth, man. they're really gonna seek the Most High God, so we can raise to 144 and the hopeful elect, so we can go on back and get about this captivity.
Bring it out.
Go to Ecclesiastes 2 and verse 15.
Book of Ecclesiastes, chapter 2, verse 15.
Mm-hmm.
Then said I in my heart,
What he said in his heart, all right?
as it happened to the fool,
As it happening to the fool, read.
so it happened even to me.
Because guess what? He was the wisest man in the planet. He said, guess what? The same thing that happened to the fool, and I'm the wisest man in the planet, the same thing can happen to him too.
Big gun.
We can't get this thing confused, man.
Big gun.
Read.
And why was I then more wise?
So why was I being more wise? Read.
Then I said in my heart,
What do you say, y'all?
that this also is vanity.
Because this is also vanity, man. This is how King Solomon was talking about it like that. Boy, I could be just as crazy as the fool, man. Am I so much more wiser than him? Guess what? All of this goes back into vanity. Because guess what? When you ain't led by the Spirit, and you go carnal, guess what? It's all vanity. This is all vanity, man. Let's go back, man, to what we said. No. Romans chapter 9. Romans chapter 9. But Paul said this too is vanity too. Read it. 9:15.
This is the book of Romans, chapter 9, verse 15.
Mm-hmm.
For he said to Moses, I will have mercy on whom I will have mercy,
Read.
and I will have compassion on whom I will have compassion.
So he said, I'm gonna have compassion on whom I have compassion on. I'm gonna have mercy. This is how God tells us, because he justified in the wickedness through us. Look how wicked we are.
That's right.
He justified in this, man. Straight commandment. Hey man, do what I tell y'all to do. It's just like this. When you warn your son all the time that if he do something else, you're gonna whoop him, then you tell his brother something, you justified it. Man. I done already told you. You justified. Most High is justified in the way you do, man. He's not an unjust God that he reason why he just gonna punish us just for no reason. No. He's like, man, I told y'all don't go outside. Guess what? You go to the grocery store, now your ass outside. He catch you out there playing baseball with your friends. He ride by you in a car, and now you looking crazy because you already know your ass is tore up. You know your ass is tore up. What it say? What the old folks say? Your ass is grass and he was the lawnmower. That's how it went. Read.
Don't say it. It's definitely there.
Yeah.
Verse 16.
Mm-hmm.
So then, it is not of him that willeth, nor of him that runneth,
Read.
but of Yah that showeth mercy.
So it ain't of you that running or me that doing the will. It's the Most High God always the one that show the mercy and compassion. You're gonna show the mercy and compassion through his word, through his promises, through his understanding and wisdom that he gives us of his Bible, man. Read.
For the scripture said unto Pharaoh,
What did it say, y'all?
even for this same purpose have I raised thee up,
So he said, even this same purpose have he raised us up. He's talking about Israel, man. Read.
that I might show my power in thee.
Because that's what he did for our forefather Moses, man. To show the power that was in Moses, Moses grabbed his staff and he raised it up. And he put that thing on. They had some serpents on the ground. Moses threw his serpent on the ground. He ate all the rest of the serpents up. Talking about anybody could do this. So Moses said, okay, let my people go. That's what happened. The Most High sent them back. Said, well, he ain't listening, Lord. Lord hardened his heart. Hardened his heart. Sent them back again. 10 times, 10 plagues. Until he destroyed every firstborn of the Egyptians, including cattle, dogs, cats, roaches, ants. Every firstborn had to go. There was dead stuff everywhere, man. Most High ain't no joke, man. Read.
And that my name might be declared throughout all the earth.
His name might be declared out throughout all the earth, man. We got to put some respect on the Most High God's name, man.
It come. Read. Therefore, had he mercy on whom he will have mercy.
Because the Most High God said, I'm going to have mercy on who the hell I want to have mercy on, man. We got to be thinking on how we beg for the Lord's mercy. If the Lord decide to give you mercy, guess what? That's on him. That's not for you that will it or run it. That's on the Most High God is the one that let you get that mercy. But if you don't get that mercy, he ain't going to let it happen, man. There's a lot of us can walk out there. There's a lot of us can be sitting right here in our seat, and the Most High said, sit with the angels down and say, hey, it's time for them. Guess what? All the breath and light that you got in you, every spirit that you got in you is gone right now. Mom and daddy can't save you. Mom and daddy can't save you. Guess what? Benaniyah, Capt, Jerubbaal,
Can't save it.
Brother King, you can't save them. Most High take that spirit out of them, they gone. They gone. That's how it rolls. Most High the ones that show the mercy being real.
All praise. Therefore, had he mercy on whom he will have mercy, and whom he harden it.
So guess what? The Most High said, I'm going to have mercy who I want to have mercy on, but the ones I want to harden their spirit, you know why the Most High do harden their spirit? Because they don't listen. So guess what happens? He make you have, guess what? You don't want to listen, I'm going to harden your heart. That's why the Most High said, I'm going to harden your heart. So guess what? Just like this, brothers, that's just how brothers think. Let's just keep, let's go. We go to the truth for the truth all the time. This is how we got to always think. Feast day come around. You miss one feast day. Next day it's easy to miss the next. It's easy to miss the next. You miss one Sabbath. It's easy to miss the next. It's easy to miss the next. This is how it works. You go, when you raised up as a child, all your friends stealing, you don't want to steal. First time you steal, it was the hardest thing for you to do. But the second time, got a little easier. Third time, guess what in your mind? You contemplating on how you can steal a little bit more and the best way you can do it. If you done got away about 10 times, now you ain't teaching your homeboys on how to do it. That's how it goes,
skillful in it.
Yeah, skillful in it, man. But that's how we think and that's how we do. That's how we do. That's a nation of people, but it don't make it right. But that's how we do and that's how we think, man.
Read. Verse 19. Thou wouldst say then unto me, why do that? Shalaki. Why do he yet find fault? For who had resisted his will?
So now we talking about how the Most High, people be trying to find fault in them, but who gonna resist his will? Everybody want to find fault in the Most High God, man. Just like even Adam from the beginning. That woman you gave me. Come on, man. But when the Most High called or order what he's supposed to do, is he gonna resist his will? What angel, what cloud, what moon? The earth will move if the Most High come up off his throne. This mother be destroyed, man. You can't, man, that's the power of powers, man. It's got to be some respect there. Who gonna resist the Most High God's will, man? If he hard your heart, guess what? We be seeing brothers and sisters get out the spirit. Guess what? The Most High God harden their heart. Guess what? They harden their heart to the part or you can't even say nothing to them. And you tell me that ain't hard. We just were kicking with you last week, but now all of a sudden I can't even say nothing to you. Your heart is hard. There's a clear understanding when you see people out of the damn spirit, man. Brothers and sisters got to see these things. Guess what? And now once we get an understanding of what we see, it's time for you to walk in the spirit. And a lot of times, brothers and sisters, they don't be want to do it. But to get in this walk, to get understanding, you must stay in the spirit, man. It all costs, man. I just think about all the little simple breaks that the Most High God ever gave us, man, to get back in order. You had so many times that the Most High God gave you a chance. But then all of a sudden, something happened. Now you called on the Most High God and he done told you, he gave you a chance all these times. All these times he gave you. Now all of a sudden, you calling on him and you like, dang, Lord, why you don't hear me? Like, Nick, I gave your ass all these damn times, you didn't hear me? So why Luke 6:46 said what? Why call ye me Lord, Lord, don't do what I say? You calling on. Go call on Baal. That's what you was walking in. That evil spirit that was in you, man. Read.
Nay, but, O man, who art thou that replies against Yahweh?
So who can reply, man? So I'm telling you, there's a lot of people that reply against the Most High God, and they'll get in trouble by doing those things. Read.
Shall the thing formed say to him that formed it, why hast thou made me thus?
So we're going to tell the Most High, why you made me thus? A lot of us, we still do that. Ooh. See, Most High gave you that. He didn't give me that. Dang, Lord, why I couldn't get what they had? Lord says, Lord looking at you like you a damn fool. He got high blood pressure, diabetes. He got gout. He got all kind of stuff. You still want some of that too? Well, I'm telling you, this is how people roll, man.
Yeah. Read. Verse 21. Had not the potter power over the clay?
So had not the potter power over the clay? This is what the Most High, this is how the Most High God stressed to us. Read.
Of the same lump, to make one vessel unto honor, and another unto dishonor.
Because he said, of one lump, he can make one vessel to honor and one vessel to dishonor. How he do that? With Jacob and Esau. One vessel to honor, one vessel to dishonor. Of one lump. These are the breakdowns, man. Cain and Abel. Guess what? Some of your children that's in your own home. It is what it is. Just saying. Sometimes I don't know. All of them be dishonest. Especially when you ain't doing thus said the Lord, you got an opportunity. It is what it is, man.
Read. What if Yahweh willing to show his wrath and to make his power known?
Well, that's what you better be praying against, man. Like, Lord, please don't do that. Lord, just give me an opportunity. What if he show his wrath? The Most High God show his wrath? Not the angels, not Yahweh, but the Most High God show his wrath, man, to us. It wouldn't be nothing left. You have to start over. Be like, dang, if I got enough time, I might go on trying to make this boy back over again. If he showed his wrath, man, we all be gone, man. Read.
Endured with much long suffering.
Because this is how we must be thinking in this walk. To get our mindset ready for long suffering, we have to think long suffering. Because this is a day-to-day walk that we have to get in our mind. Read.
The vessel of wrath fitted to destruction.
Vessel of wrath fitted to destruction. That's Esau, which is sword. According to Psalm chapter 17, verse 13. Y'all can write that down too.
Huge con.
He's the sword, man. Psalm 17, 13. Let's go to Mark. Y'all just right there on the side note. 17, 13. Yeah, that's the wrath fitted for destruction. 17, 13. Let's go to Mark chapter 9, verse 49. Get there out. Let's read.
This is the book of Mark. St. Mark, chapter 9, verse 49. For everyone shall be salted with fire.
He said, every one of us gonna be salted with fire. That's deep, man. I don't think brothers and sisters even caught what he's saying. He said, every one of us gonna be salted with fire, man.
Read. And every sacrifice shall be salted with salt.
Because it was not every sacrifice that was made was the oblation. If it be with flour and oil, flour mingled with oil, it's got to be salted. All the sacrifices be salted. That's the same thing how we supposed to be with the Most High. We give ourselves being a living sacrifice. What do we have to do? Make ourselves salted to keeping the cut law, statute, and commandment. Go to Colossians 4:6. Get some more than salt. See where it's going to.
Book of Colossians, chapter 4, verse 6.
Read.
Let your speech be always with grace, seasoned with salt.
So can you really season your conversation with some salt? Or you season your conversation with the law, statutes, and commandments with the law? This is how we season our. This is how the salt. This is how the salt. When you sacrifice begins in your conversations, in your speeches, in your actions. Read.
Be always with grace, seasoned with salt, that ye may know how ye ought to answer every man.
So that's how we be able to answer every man. When he said us, we're supposed to be able to answer every question. We're supposed to go back to God's law, statutes, and commandments to give them that salt. That's just like when you making anything. You can cook a piece of chicken right now. If you don't put no salt on it, it's not going to taste good. Unless Esau eat it. They'll just eat it that thing. They'll put a steak, they'll put the dude salt bait, he'll sprinkle that thing on and stuff like that. Just say it. And that's all the salt you going to put on it. No, that mug ain't good. I know my son was sitting there watching the Food Network. That woman put that. I want to put a piece of salt in the chicken. He grabbed the motor control and said, "No, we ain't gonna be watching this." Next time I said, "What's wrong?" He said, "Well, she ain't put no salt on that stuff. I ain't gonna say be watching it." I said, "Yeah, you eat it right. I don't want to watch it either."
I'm sure how bad it is that one day I sent near my a video, right, on YouTube. This Edomite was sitting down eating a whole raw chicken, not cooked, not floured, not salted, no nothing, and talking about it tastes a lot better than fried chicken. You might say that is that's despicable. I can't see that.
Guess what, man? The Most High put judgment on them anyway.
That's right. That's right.
Let's go to Numbers chapter 18, verse 19. Esau profane anyway.
Profane.
One morsel of meat sold up for a birthright. And guess what? We just eating that raw chicken, it still sell a birthright. 18 to 19. 18.
It's the book of Numbers, chapter 18 and verse 19. All the hives offering of the holy thing.
That's he's offering of the holy things, read.
Which the children of Israel offer unto the Lord, had I given thee,
Read.
and thy sons and thy daughters
Read.
with thee by the statutes forever.
Forever, read.
It is a covenant of salt forever before the Lord. Go ahead.
No, go ahead.
Before the Lord unto thee and to thy seed with thee.
So because this is going into the heap offering, but it's also going into the sacrifices. What this got really touching on, man. In Colossians or Colossians. This is what we got really touching on, and this is how we're supposed to be presenting ourselves as the covenant of salt, because the Most High said, "Man, we are the salt of the world, man." This is the covenant that He made. He made no other covenant with no other nation but us to give us every little detail of the specifics of the things that we're supposed to do. It's keeping His laws, statutes, and commandments, and to grow and to be obedient, man. He can give a damn about. He said, "Man, you can give me all the trees in Lebanon, man. You can burn down. You can give all the people of Ethiopia. It still don't matter to me. People want obedience, man. We in this truth to obey God. We got to forget about ourselves and let the Most High God lead us. Point blank, period. Man. And if we don't have a mindset to think, do these things, the Most High God will start bringing judgment on us. Man. That's right. Let's go back to Mark chapter 9. Verse 40, verse 50.
Six.
Verse 50.
Okay. It's the book of Mark, chapter 9, verse 50. Salt is good, but if the salt have lost its saltiness,
so guess what? If the salt has lost its saltiness, by us being the salt of the world, we lost our saltiness. How do we lose our saltiness, man? By not keeping God's laws, statutes. That's how we lose our saltiness, man. We lose our flavor. We lose our style. Just think about, because the Most High God said He'll choose you to lose. He'll make you He'll make you bugged out. You be walking around broken at noonday. You be snug like a bug in a rug, man, out here in the streets, man. Most High had you twisted to the tweedledee. Read.
Wherewith will ye season it?
Mm-hmm.
Have salt in yourselves, and have peace one with another.
So the Most High God said, have salt with ourselves, and have peace one with another. Because why? Let's go to Matthew chapter 5 and verse 5 and 13. Give a little bit clearer understanding of it.
It's the book of Matthew, chapter 5, verse 13.
Mm-hmm.
Ye are the salt of the world.
What did Yahushua tell us, man?
Ye are the salt of the earth.
Because the Most High told His Son, sent His Son to tell us that we are the salt of the earth, man.
Read. But if the salt have lost his savior,
so if the salt have lost his savior, read.
Wherewith shall it be salted?
So how could you be salted, man? How could you bring flavor to anything if you done lost your salty taste, man? Have anybody ever ate some bland salt? You ain't never did. If y'all did, let me know what it tastes like.
Read. It is thenceforth good for nothing.
It's good for nothing, man. Read.
But to be cast out, and to be trodden underfoot of men.
So now when you lose your saltiness, you lose that what they call je ne sais quoi.
Respect.
When you lost your saltiness, when you get away from God, lost that commandment, that's what happens, man. That's what happens to us, man. Last precept, man. 1 Corinthians chapter 14, verse 20. Matter of fact, like 1 Corinthians chapter 13 and 11. I got 2 more precepts. No. 1 Corinthians chapter 13 and verse 11.
This is the book of 1 Corinthians chapter 13, verse 11. When I was a child, I spake as a child.
Read.
I understood as a child.
Read.
I thought as a child.
Read.
But when I became a man, I put away childish things.
This is how we supposed to be thinking on a day-to-day basis. What the Most High expecting us to do. When we was a child, we spake as a child. We moved around like a child. We played games like a child. But when we became men, He expected us to put away those childish things, man. Read.
For now we see through a glass darkly.
Darkly. Because now we see through a glass darkly. Why? Because the Most High is not going to reveal all things to us. He's going to give you little by little by being obedient to Him. That's why we see through the glass darkly. He's not going to give you a clear glass straight to the kingdom. No, you got to work for these things. All this disobedient, you've been disobedient all this time, and He's supposed to give you a clear glass all the way to the kingdom. It's not going to happen. He's going to give you a dark glass, and He'll start wiping a little bit away at a time for you. And that's how He unlocked these Bibles through diligent, understanding, studying, and guess what? Fasting, praying, and alms. Those are things that help you unlock this Bible. And not the hearers of the law shall be just, but the doers of the law shall be justified. Man, read.
But then, face to face. Now, I know in part. But then, shall I know, even as also I am known.
So he said, I know in part. That's why Paul said, I know in part, prophesy in part. Because guess what? So, but then shall I know, even as also I am known. I am is who? Yahushua. Yahushua. Let's go to 1 Corinthians 14 and 20, where you say the Most High. Yahushua too.
Book of 1 Corinthians, chapter 14 and verse 20. Brethren, be not children in understanding.
He said, don't be children in understanding. This is how he expected us to be. Don't be no children in understanding. Read.
Howbeit, in malice, be ye children, but in understanding, be men.
So guess what, man? Guess what? When we got just walking around, just building, we could be laughing and playing. We could have a good time with each other. But when it comes to understanding, going to God's understanding, you got to be men about these things, man. And that's what he expecting us to be. And with that, we're gonna say shalom.
Shalom.
We say God, Father, God's law, statutes, and commandments. You understand? We got a little noise in the background. See, we can sing like we got a few neighbors moving.
All praise.
Yeah, what it is.
Isn't it right?
I don't know. Ooh, I got that's tomorrow. No, I ain't gonna bring that one. Let's go Leviticus. Go Leviticus. Go Leviticus chapter. Leviticus chapter 20 and 26. For the brothers and sisters that gave to the call, I'll praise the Most High for you brothers and sisters. Hope y'all got edified. Know the little short class today. Next week, probably gonna bring the junior ox back on, let them rock again. They did a pretty good job last time. I'll praise the Most High for the junior ox stepping up to the plate, man, and bringing us said the Lord. Like we say, we will be coming. We had postponed on Houston, but we will be going. We will be going back rescheduling, and we'll be heading down to Houston pretty soon. We said follow God's law, statutes, and commandments. So now we're gonna bring out the commandment.
This is the book of Leviticus, chapter 20, verse 26. And ye shall be holy unto me.
Guess what? Most High God said He's holy. So now guess what? Instead of the boom, 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 it's a boom, boom, boom that we can accept.
All praise.
All praise.
All praise.
Read.
For I, the Lord, am holy.
So Most High God said He was holy, so we got to be holy too, man. Read.
And have severed you from other people, that ye should be mine.
We gonna be the Most High God, man. Yeah. We're gonna say shalom.
Shalom.